Hello everyone, Danielle here from SignalWire. If you're new to SignalWire's Call Flow Builder, it's a user-friendly visual programming tool designed to simplify the creation and management of voice calls. It's essentially a visual representation of SWML, SignalWire's markup language. Today, we'll be demonstrating how to implement the Call Flow Builder's request module. What makes it stand out? The HTTP request module lets you fetch dynamic web content, post call details to databases, and integrate with third-party APIs. Join me as we design a call flow that uses the request module to fetch the current time from an API. Based on the time retrieved, our call flow will determine if it's within office hours. If the caller rings after these hours, they'll be directed straight to voicemail. Let's get started. To begin, I'll head to the Call Flow Builder tab in my SignalWire space. Clicking on Add New, I'll create a new call flow titled Request Demo. After saving, the Call Flow Builder canvas appears, prompting the flow with the Handle Call module. After the Answer Call module, I'll connect the caller to the Play Audio or TTS. This ensures the caller knows their call is being processed. Next, the Request module. The heart of our call flow is this module. Once selected, we'll configure to connect with the Time API URL. We'll set the method to GET since we're retrieving information. Next, in the Save Variables section, we'll toggle on Store the Response as variables. This ensures that the data we retrieve from the Time API is stored and can be used later in our call flow. For this specific API request, we won't need to set any headers in the headers.json section, so we can skip that part. If you're not familiar with the specifics of SWML or what to include in the HTTP request module, please consult the SWML documentation. It's essential to understand that the Call Flow Builder is a visual interface for creating SWML scripts. We'll also leave the body section empty since we're using a GET request. Lastly, let's touch upon the condition. The condition section is where we introduce logic to our flow. Based on the time data we retrieve from the API, we'll set up a condition to check if the current time is before or after office hours. Before doing so, we must first set up our variables that lives in the decision module. The Set Variables module allows me to create a new variable specific to this call flow in the key field. Start time represents the start of our office hours, which is 9 a.m. End time represents the end of our office hours. In the Time API we're using, the 24-hour format is adopted, so 17 corresponds to 5 p.m. Hour captures the current hour from our API response. We use here request_response.hour to dynamically fetch the hour value from the API's response. As I alluded to earlier, we can make use of SWML syntax where variables are referenced inside curly braces. Time captures the current time when the API is accessed. With these variables in place, we can now use them to determine if a caller is ringing within or outside of office hours. Now, let's dive into the conditions that will guide our call flow. Condition 1 checks if the current hour is before the office start time. If variable hour is less than variable start time, it means the call is before office hours. Condition 2. Here we are verifying if the call is after office hours. Condition number 3. This condition checks if today is a Saturday using the API's day of week response. If it's a match, we know the office is closed. Condition 4. Similarly, we verify if today is Sunday. Alright, now that we set our condition, let's see how they play out in real-time scenarios within our Call Flow Builder. If conditions are met, imagine someone calls before 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m. or even on a weekend. What happens? First, by using the TTS module, they'll be greeted by an automated message. Here we use a time variable to leverage our Time API request. Right after the message, they will have the chance to leave a voicemail, which will be recorded. This ensures we never miss out on a voice message, even if we're not available at the moment. If conditions aren't met, for this example, I'll first set up a Play TTS module that alerts the customer that the call will be recorded. Next, we can connect the TTS module to the start recording module. After this setup, we configure the call to be forwarded to a phone number, connecting to available agents. If the call is not connected, we can prompt the caller to leave a voicemail. Finally, I'll tie off some loose error handling nodes in my request module using play TTS, voicemail recording, and hang up call. Now that our call flow is complete, let's take it for a test run.
Thanks for calling SignalWire in seconds. Please wait while we connect your call. The current time is 17:06 and our agents are not available. Please call between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. during weekdays or leave a message after the beep.
And that's it for a walkthrough of the request module. With SignalWire's Call Flow Builder, creating dynamic and responsive call flows has never been easier. For more information about SWML statements and methods, please visit developer.signalwire.com. And for more SignalWire in seconds, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. See you next time!